All eyes are on Taiwan as tensions rise in the Taiwan Strait, and with good reason. Chinese soldiers are gearing up, conducting military drills that keep drawing tighter circles around the island. Beijing's message is unmistakable. It aims for the reunification of Taiwan and considers it a crucial part of its territory. The question lingering in the air is whether the United States will intervene militarily to defend Taiwan. Yes, a U.S. official says, reaffirming a commitment to safeguard the island. But why is this tiny island igniting fierce rivalry between two superpowers? What's at stake for China and the U.S., and how do the people of Taiwan feel about this geopolitical tug-of-war? Taiwan's strategic location makes it a pivotal point in this global conflict. Sitting just 130 kilometers from the Chinese mainland, Taiwan controls vital maritime choke points crucial for trade routes that are lifelines for both countries. As China conducts increasingly aggressive military drills, it is clear that control over Taiwan is not merely a matter of regional dominance. It's intricately tied to each nation's broader strategic ambitions. Join us as we delve into the complexities surrounding Taiwan, exploring its historical roots, the significant implications for U.S.-China relations, and the sentiments of Taiwan's people amid this escalating tension. All eyes on Taiwan. Chinese military forces are gearing up for possible conflict, making it clear that Beijing's objective is the control of Taiwan. The world watches as Chinese military drills tighten around the island, emphasizing their intent to reunify Taiwan with the mainland. The backdrop to this tension is the long-standing rivalry between China and the United States. U.S. officials have signaled their commitment to defend Taiwan, stating, "Yes, we will involve ourselves militarily if it comes to that." This raises a critical question. Why are two superpowers so focused on this small island, and what do the Taiwanese people think? Taiwan's strategic location. Taiwan is not just any island. It's a geopolitical flashpoint with a population of 23 million. It lies a mere 130 kilometers away from China's coast and controls vital maritime routes, lending it immense strategic significance for both sides. The Taiwanese-controlled islands off its coast are essential too, particularly as Chinese military drills grow larger and more frequent. The People's Liberation Army is increasingly vocal about its intentions, threatening to encircle Taiwan for China. This isn't just a territorial dispute, it's about reclaiming what it sees as a vital part of its national integrity. The roots of this conflict stretch back to the late 1940s, following a civil war in China between communists and nationalists. The communists emerged victorious, establishing the People's Republic of China, while the nationalists retreated to Taiwan, setting the stage for today's tensions. Youth fallacy on Taiwan. The U.S. maintains a complex stance on Taiwan. Although it formally recognizes Beijing as the legitimate government, it also has informal ties with Taiwan, treating it as a strategic partner. To understand why Taiwan is pivotal for both countries, we need to look at the map. Taiwan sits at the center of significant choke points, with the Taiwan Strait to the west, the Miyako Strait to the north, and the Bashi Strait to the south. These routes are vital not just for Taiwan but also for international trade. Almost all major shipping passes through these waters. For China, controlling these straits means securing access to the Pacific Ocean. From a U.S. perspective, Taiwan is crucial for maintaining its influence in the region. The U.S. operates several military bases in allied nations like Japan and the Philippines, forming a first island chain that includes Taiwan. This positioning allows the U.S. to project power close to China's border and protect its allies. Military cooperation and U.S. strategy. In recent years, the U.S. has bolstered military cooperation with its allies, particularly in response to perceived Chinese expansionism. The establishment of military bases in the Philippines, for example, highlights a commitment to enhancing defense capabilities near key Chinese gateways to the Pacific Ocean. Joint exercises involving U.S. and Philippine troops serve as a clear message to Beijing about the strength of these alliances. China, on the other hand, is modernizing its military, exemplified by its newest aircraft carrier, the Fujian. The goal is to challenge the U.S.'s ability to project power in the region while preparing for potential conflicts over Taiwan. Taiwan's economic importance. The stakes are also high economically. Taiwan plays a critical role in the global semiconductor industry, notably through the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, which produces 90% of the world's most advanced chips. Both China and the US rely heavily on these microchips for everything from consumer electronics to advanced military equipment, a fact that underscores the island's economic and strategic value. Losing Taiwan would not only mean a shift in military dynamics, but could also adversely affect global economic conditions, as the interdependency extends far beyond the shores of the island. A complicated history. The historical context surrounding Taiwan is critical to understanding the present situation. During what is referred to as the Century of Humiliation, China lost control of Taiwan to Japan in 1895, and its subsequent return to Chinese hands after World War II happened amid a civil war. The defeat of the nationalists led to their retreat to Taiwan, establishing two governments, one in Beijing and the other in Taipei, both of which claimed to represent China. For years, the US recognized the nationalists as the legitimate government but shifted policies in the 1970s to foster a relationship with Beijing. Although the US closed its embassy in Taiwan, informal ties and defense commitments remain, creating a complicated status quo for the island. Taiwan's complicated status quo. As a result of these historical complexities, Taiwan has developed into a vibrant democracy with free elections and civil liberties. However, the Taiwanese people's feelings about their precarious situation are varied. Most prefer to maintain the current state but are deeply aware of the looming threat from China's Communist Party. Yukin Lee, DW's correspondent in Taiwan, notes that while the tension is part of daily life, many Taiwanese feel marginalized in this larger geopolitical game. They want autonomy and the right to determine their future amid the growing rivalry between the US and China. Taiwan represents much more than its size would suggest. For China, it is about overcoming historical humiliation and reaffirming national integrity. While for the US, it symbolizes a commitment to democracy and crucial alliances in the Indo-Pacific region. As tensions continue to rise, it is clear that neither side is willing to back down, leaving Taiwan as a focal point in a broader struggle between two superpowers. In this high-stakes game, the island's future remains uncertain and the world watches closely.